Saturday. We're gonna stretch today though, so we're not gonna work out. Get a stretch in here. Sunny out, but it's not that warm. It's not that warm. So we'll head into the garage. Hi, family.
Hi.
Hi, family. Okay. So we're going here. And we're just gonna stretch, maybe a little 15-minute stretch. I'll do it with you. Okay, the only thing you need today, I got a belt and a foam roll, and I'll put the link up for the foam roll. So if you guys want to get one, bam. Okay, so we're gonna start out just foam rolling through our upper back. So we'll be on the foam roll with our shoulder blades resting right on top. Hips will come up. Give yourself a big hug or reach to the ceiling. Try to get your shoulder blades spread out wide. And then we're just gonna roll back and forth. Okay, we're gonna go for 10 reps. What's up, Cam? How you doing? What's for lunch today? What's for lunch today? Noodles. Cool. Yeah. So then once we get 10, we're just gonna go on this guy. And we're gonna just reach back. So hands behind your head, you're just gonna reach back. Big stretch. Come back forward. Big stretch. Come back forward. Big stretch. Go. You see that magic? Here we go. We get 6 to 8 of these guys. Might get some pops, some cracks in there. And then last one we're gonna do, foam roll. It's called pin rolls. So you take the foam roll, it'll be in that 4-point position. You take your outside hand, thumb up, and then we're just gonna reach and drop that shoulder down to the ground. Big stretch. Reach. Big stretch. We got 6 to 8 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one will go a little different angles. Come straight on with it. Get your hands planted. Thumb up. Big reach towards the wall. Make sure your body's not leaning towards it. You're just rotating. 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Then we'll get our hip flexors in. So a couple different ways you guys can do these. Okay, you can just be in this position on the floor. Think about squeezing your glute, tucking your hips under you a little bit, and then drive the hip forward. Or reaching up with that opposite arm. Okay, that's pretty easy for you. You can do the couch stretch. You take a cushion off the couch. Boom, so you can put your foot up on the couch. This is just a little more aggressive. You can also use the wall behind you, but we'll go 30-second hold each. So squeeze that glute. Make sure we're not arching through your low back. You can reach up with that opposite arm. And hold. We'll say we're at about 20 seconds on this right side. Three, 2, and good. Go ahead and switch. Foot up there. Good. Squeeze that glute. Abs are tight, up tall. Drive the hip forward. Reach up. Big exhales. Try to relax into the stretch. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, relax. And if you think like a 2-second inhale and a 3 to 4 second exhale, that's 6 seconds. So if you do kind of 6 to 8 breaths, you'll be at 30 to 45 seconds. So you don't even really need a clock. Once you get done with these guys, we're going to do some hamstrings. So we'll get rid of this. I need a belt. Oh, let me grab a belt. Oh, got it. So if you got a belt or something pretty stable, we're just gonna be flat on your back. Belt under one leg, that leg nice and straight. If you get any pain in the back of the knee, just bend the knee a little bit, okay? but trying to get that leg pretty straight. Get a little stretch on it. Tighten those abs up. We'll bring the other leg up, and then we're just going to lower that leg nice and slow under control. We'll go for 6 to 8 of them, like a 2 to 3 second lower. That. 3 more. Good job. We'll flip. Another foot. That leg set up, so straighten it where you're comfortable. Abs tight. Do the leg lowers. 2, 3, 4, 6. Bingo. And then we're going to do some chin tucks. So you can be up against a door. Okay, we're just thinking kind of nodding up and down with their head. So from the side, you're going to be like, when you're looking up, you're going to pull your chin straight back. Do a little stretch to the back of your neck. Okay, looking up. Pulling that chin back, should feel a stretch into the back of the neck there. Then you can go right into your wall angels from the side on a door, or we can do them from the floor. Kind of up to you on those guys, but keep your abs tight, trying to keep your low back, shoulder blades and head, elbows, wrists against the wall, and then you'll exhale as you reach up overhead, and then inhale as you're coming back down. 6 to 8 of those guys, okay? And then we're gonna do a little pigeon pose. Okay, for the glutes. From here, boom, hit that 4-point. Okay, one leg goes straight back, turn that front leg, and then we're just sitting back into the hip. Okay, from here, straight back, turn the leg, sit back into that hip. You go 30-second hold. Feel free to think about kind of taking your belly button and reaching towards your knee. So a little bit off to my left. Kind of towards the center or to the inside towards the ankle a little bit. So any of those 3 positions where you feel like you got the most tightness in your glute. Okay. Same thing with your breathing. 2-second inhale, 3 to 4 second exhale, and try to relax into that stretch. And good. Okay. Next up, we're going to do kind of a deep squat hold. So just grab anything. You could use the door, the side of a door like this. We're going to be going straight down. Think about pushing your knees out with your elbows. I'm just going to use the rack. Okay, so get your feet set up. Think toes can be kind of pushed out a little bit, 7 to 10 degrees, wherever you're most comfortable in your squat. Okay, we're sitting down into it. Elbows are pushing those knees out. Chest is up tall. We're just going to go for 30 seconds, but you can go up to about a 5-minute hold here. It's tough if you go for the whole 5 minutes. Okay, chest is up, back is nice and flat. Okay, try not to let your hips tuck under you. Okay, so you got to kind of push that butt back a little bit, keep your chest tall. Okay, if you want to make them a little more difficult, you can always reach up. Keep that elbow on that knee, reaching up and going back and forth if you get bored. But just trying to hold that good position like if you're in a goblet or a front squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Very good. And then we're going to do a little 3-way hamstring stretch. So if you're in the doorway, I'll do it in the doorway. We got 3 different ways. You're good. Okay, make sure our hips are square, toes are straight. Hinge into that hamstring stretch. Toes are going to go in and out. So the first one, hips are going to go side to side. is the second one, and then the third one we're reaching and then open it back up, and then reaching and opening back up. I'm gonna do it in here off the rack. Okay, so I'm gonna set it up, get my foot up there. Okay, I'm gonna hinge at my hip. Okay, and the first one, my toe is just going in and out. Okay, I don't even need to hold anything. So from here, hinge at that hip, make sure your toes straight, hips are straight. A lot of people want to have their hips opened up like this as they're doing it. Square your hips up first, toes going in and out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to take that hip and we're going to go push side to side into that stretch. Should feel a little more on the inside, a little bit more on the outside as you go back and forth with these guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to reach. So think hips are going to open up as I reach back, and then as I reach under my other elbow, hips are going to close down. So going to feel a good stretch into that inner hamstring, the groin, and then into that lateral hamstring. So open up, big reach under, open up, big reach under. Really just trying to get the hips to rotate during that hamstring stretch. And 10, good. We'll switch legs, boom, hinge onto it, toe in, toe out. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those hips side to side. 10, and then I'm going to switch for this one, otherwise I'm going to fall over. Okay, this guy, open up, reaching under. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and then we'll do a little upper body, so we'll get a little pec stretch in there, thinking that elbows 90-90 on the wall, same thing in the doorway. We'll step forward a little bit and just open up and try to rotate to my right. Big stretch into the pec. Okay, you can also go straight arm, try to keep your kind of grabbing onto the rack and then rotating into it. So wherever you get a good stretch into the pec, no pain in the shoulder. Okay, try not to let that shoulder dump forward. So trying to open up the chest and not close it down as you're doing this stretch. Okay, same thing with your breathing. Good, flip. Stretch that other side, 30 seconds. And then we just got one more we're gonna do after this. And then you can do a couple rounds through. You got nothing to do. You can't really leave the house. And good. And then last one is going to be a calf stretch. So back of the legs. And then if you have trouble in that deep squat, sometimes stretching the calf first, get a little better ankle mobility in there. So you can kind of do some of those other hip stretches before you do your deep squat hold, and it might make it a little easier. So I'm just using a little 5-pound dumbbell, just anything that's going to get your toe to kind of prop up a little bit. So keep the heel on the ground, we'll step forward, keep that heel down, and then we're just driving the hips forward a little bit. Should get a good stretch to the back of the leg and that calf. The other one you can do is kind of bend the knee, and you should get that stretch down a little more in that Achilles and the soleus with the knee bent. Okay, so my leg is straight. We get that big outside muscle, the gastrocs, and then when the knee's bent, you get the soleus. So straight leg and with the bent knee on the calf stretches. And you can do 30 seconds of each of those as well. I'm just going to go back and forth for the 30. Stretch there, bend that knee. One more with that straight leg. And boom, little stretch Saturday for you. You got a good one for tomorrow, so I'll see you there.